we're going to look at what I thought stood out as being the hurling fixture of the weekend to look out for, to see if the team for the future could beat the team for the present. But it wasn't to be. O'Loughlin Gaels successfully squashed the threat of Kilkenny in this game, beating them by 17 points to 12. So in this game, O'Loughlin Gaels, in my opinion, showed their experience in this game. They really, really dominated in the first half, and that did the trick against Kilkenny. They came back a bit stronger in the second half, but at halftime, O'Loughlin Gaels led by 10 points to 3. And the reality is, you're not going to come back from that.
No, and that's exactly what it was. And O'Loughlin Gaels definitely showed their colours in this game, and which could have been two surprise results. They could have been against Mount Leinster Rangers and Kilkenny. They've gone past both of them. And Ballyhale, obviously, they beat them in the Kilkenny final, let's not forget. So they've had a brilliant run to the Leinster final, and fair play to O'Loughlin Gaels for getting over the line this one. Mark Bourbon had a good game. Conor Heary got the man of the match for TG Carr at the end of it. And he had an excellent game as well. I know he only scored 1 point, but worked tirelessly across the game. Owen Wall had another good game under his bench, Sean Bulger. And Kilkenny, they couldn't really get near them, could they? 5 points from play probably isn't good enough to get over the line in Leinster Championship Semi Final. And Adam Screeney was kept quiet, and we did question it during the week. Was Adam Screeney could be kept quiet by the likes of Mikey Butler, Hugh Lawler, Paddy Deegan, and it proved that way. Like, he's a brilliant hurler, but he probably just needs more support around him to work well. And to have them 3 defenders at your disposal for a O'Loughlin Gaels point of view, Paddy Deegan, Mikey Butler, Hugh Lawler, that's nearly 3 all-star backs in one club team. It's incredible in his own right. And I'd have to say, like, O'Loughlin Gaels look to be, like, they've come across 2 difficult tests. They've beaten Ballyhale Shamrocks. They've definitely backed up the surprise results themselves. And you back them really to get to an all-Ireland final. I know Na Fianna are there on the other side from Dublin, probably chomping at the bit. But O'Loughlin Gaels have done well so far. A lot of people kind of were disappointed with their performance, but this was a potential shock in the cards, and they quashed that shock, them shock rumours completely in this game. And to win by 5 points, it was kind of a comprehensive kind of a win for the Kilkenny champions.
Yeah, no, I do agree with you. And when you look at the comment in there, like, Screeney got 1 possession in the whole game. Like, going into this game, I did think, like, Mikey Butler is just a bad matchup for an Adam Screeney. He's just a tigerish, tough defender who will follow you across every blade of the pitch and will not give you a second to get away from him. So I thought, like, that's a tough matchup for Adam Screeney. And the reality is he didn't score from play. So that does tell you, like, Charlie Mitchell was fantastic. He hit 3 points. I just think this game came too soon for Kilkenny. Just being honest. I don't think anyone had a bad performance. I wouldn't point the finger at anyone and say you didn't turn up. I just think that they're a little bit ahead of themselves. Like, they had 5 under 20 hurlers on this team. It's a seriously young team. And not only they have 5 there, but they are the 5 key players pretty much. So, like, this game just came a bit too soon. And the comment in here from Hurling Watch, Butler is a tank. He's like a mini bodybuilder. I mean, there you go. You wouldn't want to be marked by him, especially when you add to the fact that he is also quick as hell and smart and can keep up with you. It's a bad matchup for any corner forward. And Butler is fantastic at what he does. And he did it again here. And O'Loughlin Gaels did the business at the other end of the field, put away the scores, get the victory. Now they're into the Leinster Hurling Final against Na Fianna, who will be there for the first time ever. That game happens next Saturday. Na Fianna against O'Loughlin Gaels. Obviously, preview coming for that during the week. But Na Fianna got there by beating Naas by 214 to 17 points. 2 early second half goals from Na Fianna from Kieran Stacey and AJ Murphy did the trick. And now they're just 1 game away from winning their first ever Leinster title in the same year that they won the first ever Dublin title. Not bad going.
And without Donald Burke as well.
Yeah.
It's, it's really, really good for Na Fianna, in fairness to them. And a lot of people have kind of criticised the Dublin Championship with the quality of hurling teams that they produced over the last year or so, and the last 3 or 4 years. But when you look at the last 2 seasons, Na Fianna have excelled without Donald Burke and the team. That's their star man. Kilmacud could have easily beaten Ballyhale last year. They could have. And Kilmacud, let's not forget, were beaten by Na Fianna in the Dublin quarterfinals. So, like, Na Fianna will go into the final. They'll be really, really confident. Colin Curry had another good game. Sean Curry, like, if he hits form, He's a very, very tough player to stop. Brian Ryan as well. Andrew Jameson Murphy, as you mentioned there, Kieran Stacey with the goals. Brilliant win for Na Fianna in this game. And Liam Rush is another outstanding player to defence as well. And this could have been a shock game as well. Like Naas, they nearly did it against Ballyhale last year. They produced a brilliant performance. And they lost to Na Fianna now this year, and they'll be kicking themselves, in all honesty, because they only lost by a goal. It was a one-score game. They just couldn't hit the back of the net at the right time, and that was just unfortunate from a Naas point of view. I will ask you this question, Seamus. Do you have any idea when Donald Burke is coming back? Is he back for next Saturday?
I've honestly no idea. I've seen him kind of moving around. He was there. He's with the team in the Dublin final. Like he's walking. He's on his 2 feet. He's not on the crutches. He's not in the boot or anything like that. But I wouldn't know how fit he is. Maybe it's a type of thing where he could just, get an injury, or it could be easily re-kicked off if he got a shoulder or something like that. I hope he plays. I really, really hope he plays. He's an outstanding hurler, and I think Dublin's best hurler, as a matter of fact, along with Owen O'Donnell. I would say those two are the best. But we have a question here directly for you. He said Brian Ryan has 2 All-Ireland medals with Limerick. Is that correct? I honestly don't know.
I don't know either, but I wouldn't be surprised. He definitely has one anyway.
Definitely could be possible. To win without Shane Barrett and Donny Burke is incredible. Absolutely. Yeah, completely agree. Shane Barrett as well. A huge loss that he wasn't playing in this game. And hopefully he's back as well for the game against O'Loughlin Gaels. And you know what? Like, I'm going to go out on a whim here. I think they'll beat O'Loughlin Gaels. I genuinely think in Croke Park, I think they're the better forward line. I know that O'Loughlin Gaels have an amazing defence, but I just think Na Fianna will do it. There's something about me that I think Na Fianna are going to win. Like, it's one of those things where I looked at their team when they lost to Kilmacud Crokes in those 2 finals, and I thought, look, Parnell Park is a very tight surface. They should have won. Definitely should have won the 2021 final. Kilmacud caught them right at the death. And I thought, you know what? I think Na Fianna were better equipped to go on and challenge a Ballyhale rather than Kilmacud Crokes. And when Na Fianna got out of the Dublin Championship and when Ballyhale were taken out in Kilkenny, I kind of immediately thought, well, Na Fianna can win Leinster here, because I think their style, their players, AJ Murphy, like the Curry brothers, Shane Barrett, John Tierney, Brian Ryan, I'm like, they suit a big open pitch, particularly pacey players like AJ Murphy, like Sean Curry. I'm like, I think Croke Park will suit them. I think they'll give this a right good rattle. And I actually think that the momentum that they're carrying from finally winning the first ever Dublin title might carry them all the way to the All-Ireland Semi Final stage. I'd be very interested to hear. Do you think they can do it?
Look at the players that
they're the betting underdogs.
They are, yeah. Like, it does depend. Like, I think it largely depends on Donald Burke and Shane Barrett. If they come back into the league, I'd give them a huge chance, causing the shock. I just feel O'Loughlin Gaels, like, I've doubted them time and time again, and they've produced all the goods. Like Mount Leinster Rangers, that could have been a sticky situation for them. They got over the line there. Kilmacud Calahi could have been another shock in the semi-final. They got over the line. Ballyhale Shamrocks in the Kilkenny final. A lot of people doubted them, including myself and a lot of people up and down the country, probably yourself as well. They won that game. Like, it feels like every time you disrespect in many ways O'Loughlin Gaels, they come up with the goods each and every time. And I just feel that could be the difference. That doggedness, as you mentioned, with Mikey Butler, with Paddy Deegan, with Hugh Lawler, with Mark Bergman in the forwards as well, is a very good player. Owen Wall could easily get a goal in Croke Park. He's that kind of an explosive player. So I'm going to back O'Loughlin Gaels, but I will say this. If Donald Burke comes back into the team on Saturday, I'd back Na Fianna to win it. But it all depends.
That's it. No, definitely. And like, if Donald Burke comes back in, you'd imagine he'll get the Mikey Butler treatment or the Paddy Deegan treatment immediately upon his return. So it'd be very, very interesting to see. I'm actually looking forward to seeing how Mikey Butler does on AJ Murphy, because I think that's the matchup that will happen there. I think that will show how good AJ Murphy can be for Dublin if he does very well with Mikey Butler marking him. So it's going to be very, very, very interesting to see.